Hello survivors, hi family and friends, this is Roy from Bootsy Sweet Tarts, Guide to Life and Other Disappointing Experiences with a different kind of video. I'm in a sticky situation. See if you can help me. Can you tell what these two things have in common? Stay with me and see how I get out of a sticky situation. For me, this is one of my favorite kinds of activities because I don't know how it's going to turn out. All I know is I use, as a crafter, a lot of tapes of all kinds, packing tape. In my little store, I have to ship things. I build boxes and use masking tape for that. The low-tack tape has become really popular. And it is easier, these two are what I use the most, and taking them out, cutting them can be a hassle, but I have this dispenser here for regular size tape, which is wonderful, streamlines the process, but you can't put a roll of regular masking tape in this. So I decided to go online and buy a bigger one, and they're very expensive, so I gave up on that and said, you know what, let me try to make one of my own. My dad was an automobile mechanic, and you might call him like the Rube Goldberg. He could fix anything with nothing. So I said, let me see what I can do. So now this is going to be an experiment. If it turns out, great. If it doesn't, you're going to get a giggle in the end anyway. So what I've decided on is to take a box and find some way to make a dispenser out of a box like this and have the tape come out of the box and with a cutter so that I can just pull it out, cut it, and use it. What I needed for this now, these are the tools I think I need. I may have to add. I need my glue gun. This is key. Recycle your aluminum foil or parchment paper. It has to have the steel cutting edge on it, serrated edge. This was interesting to find out. We'll talk about this in a minute. These are the caps to two laundry detergent, big laundry detergent jugs. Of course, I need the tape to measure. I have some extra cardboard. I want to make a pattern, which you'll see in a minute, so I have some index cards. I have some kind of a shear here that cuts through metal, and I'll show you why we need that. I have my blade for the X-Acto knife. I have the saw blade for the X-Acto knife. Can you see that? My scissors, ruler, pen, pencil, and so forth. So that's basically what we need, but we'll see. So the first thing, let me get some of this stuff out of the way, is to get the concept clear. So here's what I wound up designing. This is I don't know where we got this box, but it opens like this. And what I found was the tapes fit in perfectly. So if I have a slit on the outside of the box and I can bring the tape out, that would be similar to the dispenser that you buy commercially. Now I want to mark this one side because this is the side I want the tape to come out. I don't want it coming out on the other side because this flap comes down and it's going to be a lot of extra cutting. You see how nicely they fit in there? And serendipitously I found that the caps to the Tide detergent, or whichever one we were using, are perfect for the hole in the diameter of the hole in the tape. So my thinking is, if I can find a way to put them together, that would act as the roller. And a little bit of luck. Whoops, good thing this wasn't on. The serrated edge, ouch, which is sharp. Oh no, no, Mr. Bill. The serrated edge, which is sharp, I just found out, will be on the slit, the bottom of the slit. So, you have the concept. This is not going to be patented. I'm not going to make a gazillion dollars off of it. This is just a fun activity for me. It may turn out, it may not. Let's see what happens. The first thing I needed to do was to cut the slit for the tape to come out. And then I realized two issues I was going to have. One is that this is not very thick. Two is when the serrated edge goes in, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to reach in and get the main part of the tape once the piece is cut off. So I decided to reinforce this side where the tape's coming out with some more cardboard to make it stronger. So what I'm going to need is a hole here, a hole here, and a hole here to feed the tape through. So I made a template out of the index card. X marks the spot. Can you see that? It's very bright. Oh, because it's white on white. Well, I marked it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm cutting the template so it fits. And I'll cut out, now see, this is going to go here. I'm going to make sure the top is, I don't think it matters top or bottom, but I better mark it. So I'm going to mark this as the top. See, I put a little arrow to show that that's up. Not that anybody who delivers to the house obeys that. Place up. Oops, excuse me. All right. So I measured it to be like this, and it was strictly arbitrary. So I'm going to cut this hole out here, mark it on the cardboards, mark it on the box, and do the cutting. So there we are on that. It's a little bit raggedy. There'll be ways to fix this, I think. Now the next piece that we need is the cutting blade. So I'm going to take my shears and just eyeball this for a second. I'm going to make it much bigger than I need to be. Cut the aluminum foil packaging. Be careful, as I found out, it's very sharp. I'm giving myself a lot of extra cardboard so that if I make a mistake, I have a little extra left over. Glue is getting in the way. So now I'm going to mark this. Let's see. Now, starting to make sense. Ooh, that's nice. It's very sharp here. Nice. So what I'll do is just mark this. Let me give myself some straight edges here. Has to be that wide. And I'm going over this piece here for strength, so that it's strong. All right. Now I'll cut that square. So the measuring and the cutting is done now for this part. Now we're going to go on to getting the roller ready, and this will take a little bit of thinking and a little bit of elbow grease. This is too wide this way. Oops. Actually, I can use this as a template because it's the same width as the box. So the box is this wide across. Obviously, this is too big. So I somehow have to cut and marry these two together. Alright, so first I'll have to mark it. I'm hoping that this wide end will fit over the base of the other side, the other cap. So we'll see how that works. What I'll do is I'll score a line and then try cutting it with my X-Acto saw blade and see what happens. I'm going to use some masking tape to mark the line. Sound effects. ASMR. To mark where I want to cut. So I want to cut just below the lip of the cover for the detergent. Let's see here. I don't want to mark it where the plastic is too thick, because then it'll be impossible to cut it. So I'm just below where it looks like the plastic is kind of thick. Let's see. All about recycling. I don't know where the recycling goes. I don't even know if it goes where they say. When they used to say, tell us to put the plastic out in one bag, one bin, cardboard on another bin, and leaf and all that in another bin. And when they come around, they seem to just put the plastic and the paper and cardboard into the same truck. Doesn't seem like they separate. Maybe they separated somewhere else. All right, enough of that. Let's see. So what I'm going to do, very carefully, because I don't want to slip. If you're a follower on my channel, you'll note that I do get clumsy from time to time. So let me see how this works. If I can get this cut. And here we are. Look at this. Now comes the test. Here comes the test. And just as I was hoping, they will fit. I can fix this so that it'll glue. Now let's see the final test. Does it fit good enough for what we're doing? Let's see. This box is open. Let's see. Oops, there's that little piece of cardboard in there. This is the way it belongs. And it just about fits. It's like a ½ an inch difference, but I can fix that, or we don't even have to worry about that. Should be okay. So this part is working out well. Now what I did was I had this insulation that you buy for windows to keep the cold air out, and I put some around the circumference of the plastic tubing, the caps, because the fit wasn't very tight. So I'm simply going to use some hot glue and glue these two pieces together. This is working out fine. I hope the other thing works out fine. Alright, so let me just be a little generous here. There we go. What did we do before hot glue? What did we do? Oh, look, this is holding together. Okay, so we've solved that problem. Now we've come to gluing the pieces together. Hopefully I can put Reynolds wrap aside. Just going to go here with glue, and this is going to go here. The hot glue should work because it's fairly strong, so I'll just do this quickly so it doesn't cool off. And then this is going to be pretty strong. I want to get the edges. Okay. I hope you find this enjoyable. It's sort of like how the left brain works. Making something work that you haven't done before. Let's just do this a test run. We'll do a test run. Take some tape. Oops. Oh, now I never thought about how to get it fed in, but we'll figure that out. Okay. We're threading the tape. Now remember, the rollers are going to be in here, so it's going to be firmer and steadier. I love this box. This just happened to be the right one. Okay. It has to get a weight in it. That I can feel already. Let's see what happens here. Oh. The tape is the wrong way. Nice. I'm giving this B- right now. You'll have to see. Try the big tape. That has to go in like that. Try the big tape. Alright, so that's not working. Why is it not working? Can we figure it out? What I've done, best laid schemes of mice and men. I've taken off all of this that I spent so much time putting on. It just wasn't working, so I have one more last idea. I've decided that this cutting surface should be horizontal, not vertical. When I looked at the commercial dispenser, it's like this. So let me try that. And there's also a surface behind it. So I'm going to add a piece of foam core that I've glued together, 2 pieces of foam core, to give myself another surface to work on the cutter with. Now, this may seem like a lot and say, why are you going through all of this? But I'll repeat my little motto. Sometimes the journey is just as important, is more important than the destination. So let's see what happens here. Let me glue this piece on. Now let's just see if it cuts. Here we go. This is working. I don't know if it'll work with the bigger one. Let's see. Try the wider low-tack. Put it in the box. Here is my mock-up of a homemade tape dispenser. Not much on aesthetics, but it seems like it's going to function fine. There we go. And it pops up and I can pull out more. Look at that. The roller is actually on one side going to be glued, I think, because there's not a lot of room here. Let me do a little more work on this, and I'll be right back. In order for the roller to move smoothly, it has to be attached somehow to the inside of the box. So I thought of doing this, adding 2 extenders on each side of the roller, and I found little wheels from a little wooden model, and that's the perfect width. And then I cut 2 pieces of cardboard, foam cord, to match the box on the inside, and cut holes just a little bit bigger than the 2 discs, the 2 wheels. Glued the wheels onto the edge of the roller and glued the foam core pieces to the sides, and now the roller fits in. And it has sort of like an axle of some sort. It was better than putting a dowel through the box and through the the plastic rollers. And here I'm trying to fit both pieces in, and it works. Well, here's the finished product. my own dual tape dispenser for skinny tape, for wide tape. Doesn't look anything like the commercial, but the purpose of this video was more about letting us see how the process can be more important and as much fun, more fun even, than the product. Thank you very much for viewing and sticking with it. I hope you liked it and got something out of it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please share with somebody who might get a kick out of something like this. Please subscribe, hit that subscribe button. But more importantly than anything, please stay well, stay smart, stay healthy, and bye for now.